What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Mark Man, aka Gray Beard Logic. You know what I mean? JBL coming to you, making sure all the vocals and everything is good. Matter of fact, matter of fact. If I can just all right. Just want to make sure once again the levels is everything is good. Welcome, everybody. Once again, this is Mark Man, aka Great Beard Logic JBL, coming to you. You see the title of the show. We about to get into it like a mother. Now, granted, we're doing a reactionary video. You know what I mean? A reaction video, reactionary. What the fuck? Just making up words for the sake of making up words. But a reaction video, obviously, to a video that I had done prior. Now, this is 10 years ago, people. Now, never mind the headphones and all that shit. Just like I said, making sure the levels is right. There you go. But at the same time, just kind of getting back into it. And why not get back into it by looking at some of my older work, especially when talking about very similar topics, because it's crazy that even 10 years ago, obviously 20, 30, 40 years ago, as long as human beings exist, there will always be a certain issue, or how should I say, a certain kind of roughness when it comes to dating. Now, when I say dating, I just mean in the very sense of just how men and women, you know what I mean, do their thing relationship wise. Now, 10 years ago, there was a radio show. I don't even know if this radio host is still on there, but Michael Basin. Shout out to Michael Basin. And he had this whole little, sideshow shit where he did a whole like document series, or so to speak, of what do women want. He was actually, Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels, if you actually want to look at it like that, you know what I mean? And the only reason why I compared it to is just the fact that he had a large audience. His audience was duly based on his radio show that played music and, had comedians and, guests and all that other kind of shit, typical shit. But he also tried to pose questions to the black community and try to do it in an introspective way. Shout out to him once again. And he brought forth, like I said, a few good little series, and this was one of them. Now, at the time, there was a nice little buzz around it, and, there was some females that I knew, that wanted to actually get down. Now, at the time, you know what I'm saying, some of the main females that were in here were single. I'm not sure what they are now. Haven't kept in contact. Once again, people, this is 10 fucking years ago. 10 years ago. But we about to see quickly, you know what I'm saying, how even the conversations back then, you know what I'm saying, mirror the conversations right now. So we about to get into it. And of course, I'm going to chime in.
Don't say that, bro. It's more than that.
Oh shit! I don't even think I got the audio up on the show. Hold up. Let's get a few things going here. Hold up. Make sure everything is going right.
Now, I like to ask his question. What he said.
Listen. The question was, Tulane, if you have sex on the first date,
how does a man take that? What's your opinion now?
Thank you. It's about the opinion of.
So the question was posed, if hopefully you heard that, like I said, trying to make sure the kinks is worked out, that if a woman has sex on the first date, you know, what does a man think of that? And as I first stated, I was the first man to speak up. I said, hey, you know what I'm saying, it's just what you thought about the woman before you even, you know, went into it. Now, obviously, that was a little bit of fluff. And mind you, this was 10 years ago. I've learned a lot in 10 years. But at the same time, though, let's just let it play out. Let it play out.
It's the opinion about the woman before that anyway. I say it's the opinion that you have about the woman before that anyway. Just like a woman could determine 5 minutes in the meet the dude that she wants to have sex with him. It's the same way with a dude. We want to have sex, but it's still more than that, though. You know what I'm saying? So having sex on the first date doesn't necessarily.
But then you don't have to work for nothing. Like, I mean, no,
if you have a great person,
right things. I mean, hey.
I'll say it like this: it's how you got.
Wow, so I'm kind of watching it the first time too. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see the no secret, get you Slim on YouTube. You know what I mean? Check out the Soul Ass video. But there's some points that I kind of just want to touch on real fast, because a woman is definitely worried about her image. You know what I'm saying? Within like the first, you know what I'm saying, encounter, so to speak, with a man. And if she does give it up too fast, she's thinking that, okay, well, maybe he'll disrespect me. And that is true. You know what I mean? There's definitely some value that is placed into that whole little situation. There we go. You know what I mean? So if we are going to be on, you know what I'm saying, a certain type, a level, if we are going to try to be, you know what I mean, bigger than what it is, obviously the man has to first have that mindset. That's why I spoke up earlier and said, hey, it's the mindset that the man has about you, you know, kind of going into the situation. If he wants a wifey, he's going to look for wifey qualities. If you have sex with him the first night, he gonna have to make sure you also check out the video. Why did she give you the pussy? There's a whole, you know what I'm saying, complexity that's added to that. It should be cut and dry. It should be a universal formula that you can then put in and everything be good. But it's not like that. That's why this question is even posed. But it varies on woman to woman and situation to situation. You know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and continue on this.
You got it on the first night. Did you get it the first night by being yourself, or did you get it the first night by saying a couple lines, or did you get it the first night because you drove a good car? Did you get it the first night because you told her you worked at a certain place? It's all about that.
Ain't gonna make you no stronger.
Let me jump in and say this.
No.
And he told me that he can talk to you 2 weeks on the phone every day, all day. But the first time y'all get around each other, y'all have sex, they still look at that. Sometimes I've had sex on the first day.
Oh,
It
no.
don't matter. And it doesn't matter how long you will be formed body with this person on the phone.
That's just no. Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that, people. My bad. My bad. We was getting to a good little point right there. I do not know where we stopped with it, so I'm gonna try to start over. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff. God dang, boy, I hate that shit happened, but it's all good. It's all good. Anyway, she was making the point of it doesn't matter whether or not it's, you know what I'm saying, 3 or 4 days chit-chatting on the phone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dates. You know what I'm saying? When you give it to them is when you give it to them. And the point I was making was like, yes, that is exactly what I was saying in the first point. And that point being that if you give it to them before marriage, it's still pretty much in the same package. Some men are willing to pay for that 4 or 5 dates. Some men are willing to put forth that effort for 3 or 4, adventures, excursions, different things, fun activities to do. Some men are willing to put forth that effort. They're just also at the same time looking to see, how that shit is reciprocated. It doesn't necessarily need to be reciprocated as factors like, you got to give up the drawers. You got to have sex with the nigga. It ain't got to be that. But what all men definitely do seek is that femininity, that niceness, that like gratitude in certain cases, you know what I'm saying? Because a man don't actually have to do shit for you. This is the one mistake that a lot of women make, that men don't actually have to do shit for you.
So with that being said, like all of that should be kind of taken into account. But let's go ahead and kind of get back to it.
I'm gonna do it.
I got my game intact.
People respect me.
That's all I'm saying.
I can't go be all Wait,
No, the guy, I can't even tell you.
And we having some real ass nigga talk, man. Let's go.
I need to say it like that.
Shut no rant.
What I'm saying is, all we have to do is tell y'all we don't want to hear.
Hold up. That goes to the point. That goes to the point that I was trying to make. It depends. That goes to the point that I was trying to make. It all depends on how we got it on the first night. If we got it on the first night just by running game, that's no respect. If we got it on a whole different story.
Damn. See, I was on that whole why did she kind of give you the pussy shit way earlier, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's about why. You know what I mean? If she gave it to you because she just dig who the fuck you are, she's seeing herself getting in line with your program, so to speak, then that's a chick that if she gives you her pussy, you appreciate that shit on a different level. You like, all right, yeah, it's still in line with the wifey, you know what I'm saying, strategy that I have for this bitch. She's still in the game on that level. You know what I'm saying? She's still in the majors. But if you're giving up the pussy on some, you know, flash and dance type shit, you know what I mean? You just out there for the money. You just trying to get the big contract. You don't give a fuck. You don't love the game. You know what I mean? You have to love the game. And I'm making sports references, but my point is trying to be, you know, taken how it should be taken. Is the simple fact that, yo, there's certain women that's out here dating dudes because they're trying to find a husband, and there's certain women out here that's dating dudes because they know they can get something from them. And that's what should be determined within that whole getting to know you type of phase. You know what I mean? And once again, I was kind of preaching that shit, you know, even back then, 10 years ago. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, my nigga. Good job, my nigga. Good job.
I'm cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I'm cameraman. Go ahead, bro.
Whatever. We met tonight and they were like, you telling me your story. You've been through this and you've been through that. And, you know, I'm going to go along with your story. You're like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I'm cameraman. Go ahead, bro. Whole different story.
Hey, cameraman, hold this.
His name is CJ. CJ going to get a
Call me cameraman.
I'm cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I'm cameraman. Go ahead, bro.
Whatever. We met tonight.
I don't need to get in front of that camera. I was
you've been through this.
doing my thing.
And, you know, I'm gonna go along with your story. You're like, yeah, that was wrong.
The fuck? I'm in front of the camera now, nigga.
Ain't nobody doing that.
You know what happened? You know what happened? You gonna go along with that first night?
Hey, a lot of times,
It will happen that.
I'm saying, look at broke down, you know, Future and shit. But shout out to my nigga. He made a very good point. You know what I'm saying? I know. I'm hilarious. I know. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is, or the point that he was trying to make is that earlier, before all this other shit, he was saying that all we got to do as men is tell y'all boy what the fuck y'all boy want here. You know what I mean? And as soon as this man, you know what I'm saying, said that, he backed it up by saying, like, the keys to the game is based off of what you complain about, what you speak about, what you're talking about. You complain about this dude, that dude, what niggas ain't like, and what you don't like, and this, that, and the third. All that is giving certain dudes ammunition to run better game on you. And like he finished off, so, you know, kind of quiet and eloquently. He was just like, you know, what happens? Shit. First night. This man was looking at it like, you know what I mean? Like, I just got a touchdown. You know what I mean? You know what happens after the safety bites? That's a touchdown. I'm scoring. I'm in the end zone, baby. I'm there. That's exactly how this motherfucker was there. You know what I'm saying? Trying to motherfucker break that shit down. His attitude was like he was there, motherfucker doing a damn post-game interview and he just scored the game-winning touchdown. Like, you know what happened? Said the defense, you know, was pretty much telling me exactly what they were about to do. And I just used that to my advantage. And, you know, what happened? First night. Now, for some men, that is their ultimate goal. And for other men, like I said, and like it goes along with what I was just saying, there's a different track now that you take. You know what I mean? There's definitely a different track that you take. You are now on a whole different route. You can get off on another exit if you prove yourself worthy in other areas. You know, one misstep don't, you know, ruin the show, but for some men it does. But for others, you know, okay, we see where you're going, but we're not sure where you're headed. I don't know if y'all feel me. Let's keep going.
What happened that night? And then he.
So if a woman tell you a sob story,
The first 5 minutes of a conversation, you come out, wars me, then you're going to get the wars beat again. If you come out with something totally different, then the angle changes.
Give me an example.
I can't give you
And eloquently broke down, and he was the quietest one out the whole bunch. The most quiet one out the whole bunch. Big Man was back there because before I started filming, we had a nice little pregame. Everybody was, you know what I'm saying, out there having drinks, just chit-chatting, joking. You know, music was playing, dancing every now and again, depending on the song, that type of shit. And once I felt that the vibe was at a certain level, that's when I kind of like, you know what I mean, they broke out the video. We watched the video of Michael Bazin. Remember, that's the whole reason why this motherfucking video exists. Shout out to High Off Life, you know what I'm saying? Forgot about that. Can't forget about that, honestly. The first venture. But now it's, you know what I'm saying, Make Your Mark Entertainment, you know what I mean? Just let that be, you know, Make Your Mark Media. But anyway, the point being was that the vibe was just right, and then we started chatting. But Big Man, the whole time, even during the pregame, my man was scoping. My man was chilling. There was some people in and out. There's some people that stayed, obviously, for the video. There's some people that were there earlier that I caught on some backstage shit that I hopefully still have and I can release later. But it's still 10 years. This is good enough material. We're good. But the fact that he had such a poignant point and the woman had to be like, yo, give me an example. What is example for? You just heard what this man said. This man said, if you're telling me a sob story, that shit is a fucking turn off. Shout out to him. He was very clear. If you tell me, woe is me, I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's almost like the same thing on social media nowadays. Fast forward to modern times, where you meet a chick on social media, you just, you know, like her pictures or whatever. Just, hey, what's up? You see her online, you hit her up with a message. What's happening? How you doing? What's good? With whatever your line is, however you talk, however you chat. And it's like, hey, what's up? You know, you get a response back. Oh, my day is good. All that other, you know, get that fluff out the way. And then the first thing or the second thing that she will ask you is for some money because of some sad story. Her kid is in some situation. Her lights are in some situation. Her phone is about to be, her car is about to be, something is about to be in a bad situation. And you are the guy that needs to help the dang check it out. Matter of fact, I'm not going to show that, but you know what I'm saying? I just received something on social media from a young lady asking me for a GoFundMe. and it's for a righteous cause, but it's not that righteous. It's actually more of a selfish cause. And I might speak on that a little bit later, but let's get back to the video.
Boyfriend ain't no good. You know, he don't treat me right. Listen. He don't treat me good.
No,
you know,
I looking for a friend. I looking for a friend.
He don't come home.
You looking for?
He do this and he do that. You know, he should come home and he need to treat you better than that.
She want the good story.
Yeah, y'all telling us
How y'all play off of the good story?
Go along with
how
you.
women do.
Go along with
What did she say? I work hard. I
Telling us
got my
what
work
we
hard.
He won't keep
Get a
you
man
doing
back.
that. You don't need no man to help you.
Yeah, how you gonna get in? If I'm saying, I got my own, I don't need a man back.
I'm so good. You'll be like, well, damn, what you really want? And then I'm gonna get what I want.
So how you gonna? They ain't gonna never tell the main secret.
And like, you know, a group of people obviously, you know, wanting to chime into the conversation. There was so much conversations going on. This is where that whole, like, I wish I had interviewed all of them, like an exit interview one-on-one before they all left, you know what I mean, to get their like exact breakdown of what they took from it, you know what I mean, because there was a lot that happened in just that little short time span. I hope y'all boycotted. If not, obviously you can go check the video out for yourself. Geechee Slim, look it up on YouTube. You got it. Matter of fact, you can see the shit scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Go ahead and check all of that out. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, make sure y'all like this shit. Like, if y'all seeing this shit, man, make sure y'all like this shit, man. Word. Matter of fact, nigga, you should like this shit. Yeah. Like the shit, nigga. Yeah. That's what's up. Thank you. But anyway. She was looking for secrets to the game. She was the same woman that was like, give me an example. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You can always seek to, you know what I'm saying, get better understanding if you get an example that you can follow by and different things like that. Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she was saying, like, how do men build off of if your attributes, if, you know, once again, sports analogy, if you can shoot 3-pointers very well, but I need someone that can rebound. I'm asking, can you rebound? And you're telling me I can shoot threes. Yes, that's a great attribute. I can use that, but I really need somebody that can rebound. Can you rebound? Yeah, I used to rebound a little bit back in the day, but for the last coach I played with, he ain't that really and you know, so now I don't really rebound no more. You really have to motivate me to what's my incentive to go out there and rebound? I mean, what, you gonna make me, you know, the starter, or you gonna make me the all-star? You gonna make me the franchise player? Hold up. I asked you to rebound first. I can't make you the franchise player before you show me that you can fucking rebound. And that's what I need for this team to succeed. I'm sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent, but the whole point being, if you didn't catch the whole metaphor and the whole analogy, the whole everything else, was if a man needs you for a certain role in your life, she's asking about the positives. Yes, the woe is me shit, fine. But if you tell me what you can do well and what you can do well doesn't add up to what I need in my life, I'm going to ask you if you can do what I need in my life. If you can't do that, then how can I make you the franchise player no matter how good you shoot 3-pointers? Someone else can use that 3-point shooting prowess, but you want to be on a winning team. But if you want to be on a winning team, you have to sacrifice. If you want to just get your stats up, you get yourself a coach that will let that shit happen. I'll leave it at that.
There's no secret.
There's no secret. That's what I'm saying. Hold up. And that's one of the biggest hold up right there. And y'all thinking we got some kind of
And I have to stop it right there too, because she made a very key point that's been going on and pervasive. Once again, people, this is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And she's obviously talking about men having secrets. Yes, women have their secrets. Men are pretty straight the fuck forward. That's why women can cheat better than men, because men are sloppy. We don't care. We do what we do. We leave footprints. And if you're a very good cheater, then you just probably don't need to be, doing what you do. But anyway. Yeah, applause that one too. But the whole point being is that women think that there's some kind of cheat code. They always think it's some kind of cheat code, when the whole issue that's going on right now on Black YouTube, social media, everywhere, all that kind of stuff, is this whole idea of Black men don't have a space to speak on, which is another reason why I came out of retirement, so to speak. I mean, I retired because I suck, but I'm coming out of retirement just to see if I can give it one more gusto, one more go. See if my words can resonate with some people out there that may not be down with this whole YouTube shit that has been going on for the past 10 plus years. And the fact that I have a video for 10 plus years old should let you know that I've been on this shit, peoples. I mean, I wasn't good, but I was on this shit, people. Anyway, let's get back to it.
That's all. It's a game of ad libs, you know what I'm saying? We play right off it, you know what I'm saying? But the onus is on the women to determine what's going on, though.
So sometimes as women, we do talk too much, and I can honestly say
Filling in the blanks.
And then they know how to play.
Okay, another question on the floor.
She right. And before the last thing product of, mind you, these women have had children. Their children are now probably of dating age. You know what I mean? Like, they were in their late 20s, 30s at the time. Because I think I was in my late 20s, 30s at the time. You know what I mean? So, So this is where it's at. Gray Beard Logic. Shout out to that. You know what I mean? That's where these come from. But her whole point of, we need to resist more. So that was what was taken away from all of that, because men, some men, take advantage of the information that women give them and run game on them like that. Women have been doing that forever. It's just that now women either, you know what I'm saying, build up a wall and don't share much. But then how can you actually build and bond with a person that has a wall up? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. But let her shift the topic. Let's see what she has to say.
Another question on the floor.
Hey, does sex mean we go together?
No.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I like to hear y'all women say that it don't mean that, right? But then when y'all get in that guilt loving, guess what?
We don't mean it. Don't mean that. We just mean that we're not in a relationship with each other.
Guess what?
That's what
If y'all know that even if you got two friends, guess what? You start keeping.
Listen. Power of the D to the conversation. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, that's a conversation I've been really trying to have for a while, and I'll introduce it right here. We can spawn that off for another episode, but sex has ruined relationships. Now, no longer is a woman looking for, you know what I'm saying, high characteristics in a man, things that can, you know what I'm saying, last, things that are a little bit more lasting, things that are a little bit more sturdy, things that are a little bit more realistic as far as like what it takes to be successful in this world, or at least maintain in this world. To a certain degree, obviously. I mean, to be successful in some areas, you have to be a shiesty motherfucker, but for the most part, I'm thinking old school values. Mind you, this is Gray Beard Logic talking to you. You know what I mean? That old school value system of, you know, work hard and ethics and good morals and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit isn't being sought after. What's being sought after is dick size first, and then how you perform, pretty much 1A, 1B, you know, take it how you want to take it. And then they build the man from that point. Like, you build a man from good dick first, and then, you know what I'm saying, I want to make you now into a relationship type material. And that's working backwards. However, it is the modern age. And you guys have heard it from 10 years ago. This is a time capsule type of shit right here. This is a time capsule moment, people. This should be legendary. It should be.
It doesn't mean we're in a relationship, but I still have one on that. But you know what? Sometimes we have to run it down. Oh, y'all missing this click.
Anytime a woman try to run a man game, you gonna lose.
No, hold on. You have to be more specific about that, because some women can run man game better than men.
That's right. You is right.
And that's the problem nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Jogging, please.
We know y'all getting better than you.
No, it's like, well, you know what I'm saying?
Because we know y'all
Yeah.
getting better than you.
For the ones that's playing, yeah.
That's enough said.
It's a problem just because you're running his game.
This is the shift in the paradigm. Running game. So an ideal relationship and the first meetings and how sex on the first date can kind of complicate things, and when do you give it up, and even if you give it up, like, what does it mean, and all that good stuff. And then when a man brings out the power of the D to shift the topic, then the women feel a little bit more inclined to say that now they have the power, because now they get to search out the best D and fight amongst themselves over such. It's just how I'm taking it. I mean, obviously, you guys can take it how you do take it. And however you take it, please leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'll be interested to hear how that goes. But we might actually run that back just a little bit. There's some more time. We got time. You know what I mean? Let me take that back just a skeet. Just a skeet. And then listen back again. And let's listen intently.
No, hold on. You have to be more specific about that, because some women can run man game better than men.
That's right. You is right.
And that's the problem nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Jogging, please.
That's the problem.
No, it's like, well, you know what I'm saying?
And I got stumped. Yeah.
For the ones that's playing, yeah.
Niggas got lapped. This is the residue from the 90s. Shout out to Mr. Jeff.
It's a problem just because y'all game allows the man to think that he's still running his game while y'all still running y'all. And it's messing up with dude's mental while he attacks, not attacks, but it's just hard to get good, dog. You want to leave?
A lot of men grow up in single parent homes. So you
You
learn
have to go
on what
home.
you see your mom doing. You try to.
This man clearly said, and we're going to hear him say this again. And the first thing a man said was, "No, it's not true. No, how dare you? Stop it. You can't. Don't do it." Man, listen, man, I haven't watched this shit in a long time, and that's saying something. You know what I mean? Like, this is my shit. But anyway, go ahead.
For the future.
Hey, going home, y'all.
man was funny too.
Hey, shit started to get good, dog. You want to leave?
A lot of men grow up in
Why y'all?
single-parent homes.
Oh, you say
So you learn on what you see your mom doing.
A lot of
trying to
men.
get
that's a
it
lie.
Let him finish.
I ain't gonna say it's a lie because I grew up in a single parent home and I grew up around a lot of aunts and a lot of sisters and cousins. So I watched and I learned a lot of stuff. You got different. Everybody got different personality. Every woman got different personality. When you grow up around a bunch of women, you learn how that person is, how that person is, how that person. And when you coming up, you gonna meet that type of person.
And this was me and my kind of, like I said, you know,
So I know how
devil's
But
advocate,
the
you
only
know what I
problem is you
mean,
giving too
kind
much
of
men credit, though.
light-footed type of deal, you know what I mean? But my man made a great point. And mind you, that shit was not received at all. He had the floor and you couldn't hear a pin drop after he spoke. When he said that he grew up around women, we get to see all different personalities and we see that you're pretty much like this one or you're pretty much like that one. And we know already, we're pre-programmed to know how to deal with y'all boy. We got a leg up already. But something that has been brought up in recent times, and I go back to, you know what I'm saying, what I was saying a few minutes ago, is that men have finally gotten a platform or creating platforms in which they can speak and speak on how they see things and, you know, their commentary on life and women and all and everything in between. And the shit is so classic that even 10 years ago, once again, this man brings up a great point, especially, you know what I'm saying, about the environment, the whole coming up of age. We see what you're doing. The shit ain't a secret. That's why the woman even earlier was like, y'all men got secrets. That's because women have not learned men. Women don't know men. They know what men want. They, you know, think they know what men want. And, you know, typically it's a pretty fair, you know, assessment that they trying to do what they're trying to do. But at the same time, what outside of that? You know what I mean? Some women will be like, okay, I'm a big sports fan. That's why you get a lot of women that rep the Steelers or rep the Cowboys, even though they don't really care about football like that. That's just what them boys do. You know what I mean? And with that whole thing, it's like that's their attempts to get to know a dude. You know what I mean? And that shit sometimes falls short, and some men just appreciate the effort, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm one of those dudes that just appreciates the effort. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to you ladies. They're at least trying. But us men, we have been around you females for the longest time. So we understand. And I mean, not just in the household dynamic of a single parent home, but also just out and about. Your first years, you know, of learning are pretty much from female teachers. You don't get a male teacher till possibly middle school, possibly high school. For some motherfuckers, not even till college if they go there. You know what I mean? So, and not even a teacher in a serious sense. Sometimes it's just a gym teacher and you're like, okay, that's coach, whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? You don't care that this man actually, you know, has a degree in X, Y, and Z or has this going, has that going. No, who cares? He wears shorts to work. Like, you can't respect it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can't respect it. But anyway, let's get back to it. This is this man doing what he do.
Though not a lot of men are perceptive like that, dog.
not a lot of this, but
And that's true.
I bet if you go around,
Because he's a
grow
peak.
up around a bunch of cheaters, whatever. A cheater.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily. 'Cause you can see the opposite end of that shit and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Nothing wrong with that. It's not
Hey, dog.
What's good, bitch? What's good?
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Listen.
Yeah.
And he said he was about to go.
You can say something, dog. You can say something, dog.
And he do have that voice.
Voice on me.
I'll be honest with y'all. Right. Listen, majority of my family.
Oh, you McNeil.
I'm gonna make.
Oh, you make.
Listen. Yeah.
McNeil? All right.
Majority of men, father, my grandfather, God bless his soul, passed in August.
23
He had
kids.
23 kids.
God.
From
Kids. Listen now. My grandma had 2 kids. My daddy and her sister. So, Papa, that's his name, Papa.
21 out.
21 out. You know, it's 4 in the street. Like,
no different.
when I came out, when y'all kids and seen this going on, I didn't want kids in the street. We used to go together, right? Damn, 17 years. But I said, you know, we've been together every day. Didn't want. Like that woman. You know,
Hey, that broke that, you know what I mean, about many forms of birth control back then. Understandable. You know what I mean? But his heart was in the right place and he still ended up with an extracurricular child, so to speak. I hate saying it like that, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And like he said, he had great intentions, but the shit just didn't work out. You know what I mean? But that happens to so many people out there, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say like sex sometimes ruins relationships, because once a woman has a child, what she's looking for in the dude doesn't necessarily change. It just like shifts what priorities or what. Like, yes, money, a dude having money was always going to be part of the equation, but now that shit moves up to the damn top notch. Or a man that's good with kids now, you know, moves up to the top. So even though those things were still, you know, what you wanted, it may not have happened how it happened. But this was actually pretty dope, man, because a man started to reveal some deep shit, and motherfuckers can take what they can take from this because he was speaking the real. You know what I mean? Shout out to this man, McNeil.
listen now. Every man don't cheat. Every man got a choice. I had
Black men don't cheat.
You know what I'm saying? I never
Just saying.
have a baby on my wife. Never. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You might say you got a baby for me, it's not mine. I mean, real talk. I mean, if I go out there, I gotta protect you.
Yeah, I understand.
Man, ain't all about, listen now, ain't all about being faithful and all that. You don't make no.
Hold on.
Let me tell you something.
Who are you judging?
No, I ain't no judge.
But he being real.
No fucking jury. But listen, if you a man gonna do what a man gonna do, what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't happy home, You will find something
Did that.
in your decision. God got a plan for everybody.
Oh, he went to church. He said you'll never but if you're not being faithful, you can't.
Listen, you single. Yo, God dang. That must be her side nigga. I mean, that shit was funny, but my man did take it to church. And you know what I mean? That is going to be another shift in the channel as well. But he spoke the truth. You know what I mean? Like a sin is a sin. And whatever brought that out of him at that moment was what it was. But at the same time, I know he talking about cheating and people could do what they could do. That is the bottom line. People are going to do what they are going to do. Bottom line. Point blank, period. That's just how this shit's happening. If they can be in a 5-year relationship, 2-month relationship, 20-year relationship. If they feel like going, they go. You can't control that shit. But you can make it hard for them to really come to grips with that shit by being the best person that you can be for them and to them. You know what I mean? Obviously, you ain't gonna be perfect, but hey, once again, it's about the effort. It's all about the effort. It's all about the effort. No doubt, no doubt. Let's get back to it.
Everybody gonna say you can't judge. You I don't give a shit what you say.
God and Bible into it because
No.
it's two different things.
Listen, man.
But you have to understand there was a different thing back in the day, though. Women were different.
And only one man for the day you died.
Not really.
And you married him?
No. Actually, to be honest, men were the same. Women were more accepting of the behavior of the man, just as long as they were taking care of home. The same story you just described about having more than one family, that was prevalent in the South or just anywhere. You know, women's laws, women's rights had them working and making more money. A dude could cheat on his wife because he knew that she couldn't get a job.
And I was having the side conversation and I broke some shit point like that back in the day. God dang. I was a young lady, was that the women were built differently back then. Like that is the modern era. That's why comparing this and even him from 10 years ago, speaking about some shit that happened to him when he was probably a little boy, so 30, 40 years ago, about his grandfather and shit that happened back another 30, 40, 50, you know what I mean? Like you accumulate all that time and you see like from where some shit started, you know what I mean? The whole color purple kind of ideology about how black men act and what they did and the reality of the situation and how the woman was, so to speak, virtuous, but hell, even in my family, I understood what time it was, you know what I mean? So not to give too much away, you know, this ain't that. You might have to sign up for Patreon for that type of, you know, exclusive. But at the same time, you understand that there's two sides to a story and a lot of stuff happened. Like the way women are today, just imagine if there was just a handful of women like that today, back then, thoughting it up, having babies with everybody, you know what I mean? Don't really looking for a real relationship. They just, you know what I'm saying, like the fuck. And they got kids and whatever dude is next is always somebody else's damn husband. He's just trying to help, you know what I mean? Buying some groceries and maybe you get some, you know, some sex. You know, take little Timmy to the store. Maybe you'll get some sex, you know what I mean? That's where that kind of trade-off kind of started even back then too. But I digress. Like I said, that was back in the day. Moving forward, as women got more independent and they can do their own shit, they can, you know, buy their own vehicle. They can, you know, move about in this world as freely as they want to move about. That now has taken precedent and become the priority. Whereas only a certain amount of men, I can get deep. Anyway, finish this up.
The niggas. Got the niggas in the building.
Sometimes
What the fuck?
about these men.
In the building. Look at this nigga whispering in ears.
Was it who?
Yo, all right. That was, you know what I'm saying, the do women know what they want? God dang situation. That was interesting. You know, I mean, I must admit that was definitely interesting. Let's get it back to that. Get it back to that. You know what I mean? Oh, shout out Black Lips. Men want freedom, women crave a feeling. Yo, that is definitely fucking for sure, man. Yo, I'm sorry I didn't even damn see you out there, man. My bad, bro. Got the damn sun in my eye. I'm out here enjoying the day, trying to be as mobile as possible with this shit. You know what I mean? I'm out here in these streets. God dang, I didn't know the sun was like that. Was good though, man. Oh shit. Have no idea. But anyway. Yeah. Now I can kick this off. All right. My bad. God damn. Oh shit. Making it hard. Sun is gleaming bright. Gotta love that. But anyway, like I said, dang, shout out to damn Black Lips out there. Enjoying the show, hopefully. You know what I mean? If you like, subscribe, all that other good shit. You know what I mean? But the point of that whole thing was, like I said, man, 10 years ago, you got to see, you know what I'm saying, the dynamics even in that whole scenario. There was a group of women and a group of men. You got to hear the quiet dudes speak. You got to hear kind of like the slick kind of game players speak. And then you got to hear the bombastic. I don't even know how you say that word, but bombastic, simply fantastic. You know, call me Mr. Vroom, 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 vroom. Fantastic, I guess. Maybe some shit's outlasted. I don't quite remember exactly how that shit goes. But anyway. Yeah. So that's what I was missing in action. But anyway. Once again, shout out to everybody that's listening, everybody that will see it, everybody that can see it. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night to you, all that other good shit. Look, that was a pretty good dive, and I'm going to close it out like this real quick, and I'm going to probably pop back on because I have a few other things I want to kind of speak on a little bit. But clearly, for the longest of time, shit has been brewing. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Black Lip said, men want freedom and women crave a feeling. So as long as a feeling is provided, no matter what it is at that time, if it matches up with the energy that she's seeking, that's where she's going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know what I'm saying, like 50 Cent, many men, you know what I'm saying, definitely need to be, you know what I'm saying, a part of her life in order to accomplish that. So take into account, why did she give you the pussy? You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen the video, check the video out. You know what I mean? And goddamn, this video we just watched, you know what I mean? Goddamn, what do women want? Go check that video out. Geechee Slim, you see it scrolling across the screen. Make sure you subscribe and sign up. We're about to get this shit kicking off a little bit more frequently. And when I say frequently, I mean like after this shit, probably about to drop another one real fast because I have some other shit to speak on that I haven't been able to kind of like articulate quite yet. But I think that it's about that damn time. It's about that time. So give me a minute. I appreciate y'all boy for checking in and tuning in. Y'all boy have a good one. Until next time. I'll holler at y'all. And while I holler at y'all, y'all boy can holler at this.
Shh.